This is also why I don't like this idea of, let's just skip the origins. We don't need to do all that establishing and stuff like that.
I disagree 100%.
No, because you're wrong, David, and I'll explain it. Because at the end of the day, you've got to set up something. That's why they had to make half the movie a montage to explain, here's when they were first introduced. Here's how they got their powers. Here's how they established a good rapport with the world. But at the end of the day, you're not really setting it up in your movie. You're just breezing past it. And when it's all said and done, do you really care? Do you really feel something for these characters? Is it really, or is it artificial?
All right, let me get my whole thoughts on that whole skipping the character's origin and, like, you know, that exposition that's needed to explain characters. So my thoughts on that are that, especially I'm really going to use Fantastic Four as like a leading example because that's what he was referring to, right? In a movie like this, you do not need a character explanation. And let me explain why. Well, you need one, but you don't need a deep one. Because essentially, if you go out of your way to do that, then you're wasting like an hour of the movie, more so trying to set these characters up. And most people already know who the Fantastic Four are. I'm just being, even general audiences most likely know who these characters are, right? You just want to see how these characters are going to act in this universe, you know, how they're going to interact with things or whatever, and you will find that out by watching the movie. Overall, I feel like you really don't need a crap ton of introduction and exposition for these characters. You really don't. And a lot of movies are going that route nowadays where either they're going to like speed past the exposition, or if you really want a true introduction into these characters, they probably provide some kind of prequel material for the film. For example, the Superman movie that just came out has a prequel comic that lets you kind of really understand how he got to this point. And the movie itself provides text at the beginning of the movie explaining to you how we got to where we are now and where this movie takes place. Same thing with the Fantastic Four, right? I really do feel like that I think it is better to more so just speed past exposition because this is no longer the early 2000s. Superhero movies are established now. People know who these characters are most likely. So there's no sense in wasting a crap ton of time on trying to explain who these characters are. You really don't, because at the end of the day, especially with a movie like the Fantastic Four, all you care about is like what their powers are, what they're up against, what's the threat they're against. That's all you care about. I guarantee you, when general audiences saw Galactus pop up and the Silver Surfer, that's all they cared about. They did not want, trust me, they did not want to see a movie that would just be about 4 astronauts getting superpowers. That would be lame. We want to see them interact and face Galactus and the goddamn Silver Surfer. Everything else does not matter. So no, there's nothing wrong with speeding past character stories. I think it's perfectly fine. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe.